I also am quite geekish on when I look at opposition. I like to look overview, computerized, and you see certain patterns, how they develop. And actually that fits really well with a person with my learning abilities. It really sat well with me. So actually as a platform for me individually, it really suits my eye. To get to where we want to get to, where I'd like this team to be able to get to, I'm always constantly looking at them. Now, for instance, reactions, can you win the ball back in a certain amount of time as soon as you've lost it? We need to be really high on that. Pressing from the front, how successful are we? I believe we need to be really high at that. So a lot of the teams I've been actually really impressed with down the years. I see where their numbers are, and they rank so high on the system that you're able to put them on. That to me, I see them as the benchmark as well. How close can we get to them? How close? And actually, by looking at it, so where we were from the Nations League to where we got to after the World Cup, allows me to really see progression. I like where we are as a team, and it's due to really looking at your platform. I know what I see on the pitch, and I do like us, I have to be honest. But when I see these numbers, it literally gets me that excited that I believe we're going to be a top team.
So when we interviewed Craig for the job, one of the big requirements of that role was someone who could play with this sort of identity with a lot more intensity, try and be a lot more aggressive, because we knew the DNA of the squad and the players we had available to us, it would suit that profile.
It's really important to have an overriding DNA or way of playing because it affects so many different departments within the organisation. So obviously we've got the players and the coaches, we've got talent ID, we've got the analysts, and it just ensures that everybody's on the same page.
Tactically clever, players can adapt, we break lines. Now we're 6th overall in possession. Now, like I said, that's good because we've gained control of the game, but we're actually first in breaking lines, which is the most important. Now crosses, we rank really high on. So these are just examples of with possession, the type of things we would definitely look for. The type of stuff we talk to the players, this is what we want. This is going to allow us to be a good team. And also we have data now to be able to back that up.
I think when you look at like Performance Studio, the way in which you can compare yourself to other teams, I think it gives you like a really good way of leveraging that information to the squad. So when you're talking about improving the team and improving our identity, you can actually track, how our teams are performing across a period of time, and you can obviously use the men's national team, I suppose, as an example of where we started, where we were a team that was ranked maybe on counter-pressing particularly low in Europe, and now one of the best teams in Europe are counter-pressing. When you've got a real clear identity and you're doing something consistently, data can be really a useful leverage tool.
It's really important to have a centralised system because it provides that single source of truth. It also makes the workflows far more efficient rather than having different platforms and people working off different things. And then that accessibility as well. So the platform provides the data and the video to analysts, to coaches, and there's no sort of limitations in terms of who we can get on there. So it's really valuable in that sense.
We obviously can bookmark things and share it across different users on the platform, so we do it in that sense. The way we work is quite remote, so our staff are based in different places, so the flexibility to be able to do that is really helpful. One of the big benefits I find with it is those like last minute requests that you get from coaches when they want clips on a specific aspect of play, that we can just search for that within the platform and we can give an answer really quickly. Whereas in the past we might have trawled through hours and hours of footage, and when we give that answer to the coach, then it takes a lot longer. So that efficiency has really helped.
You can also make more agile decisions in games now around substitutions. So when players start to hit their thresholds at 75 plus minutes, they're going to drop off physically. Can you then start making decisions through the Performance Studio data to understand more about those nuances and when you can make tactical adjustments or like-for-like changes to ensure you can sustain that intensity across a 95-minute period.
It allows us during that time, I have to be honest, for that possession part, this is where in-game really helps you, especially half-time as well. Then we're able to get an overall picture and a clear idea of where our players are moving, which is allowing us to be able to play between the lines or not allowing us to.
So ProView 3D for us has been really beneficial. It's something that we haven't really seen anywhere else in the market. It's just the flexibility of us being able to jump out of the actual video environment into the 3D environment and essentially look at any point in the 3D space where we want to.
This is going to allow us to get to where we need to get to. Now, your platform is allowing me to get excited. It allows me to look, I even catch myself at night going through it, which I shouldn't do, but I'm like, we're third in this. Now, how do we get to one?